What is going on, friends? Welcome to the very first ever Live at Thrive here on Gathering Students YouTube. We've never done this before. This is our first time ever. We're so glad you're here. If we've never met before, my name is Martin. I'm the Gathering Students pastor, which just means that I am the person who gets to spend all my time with middle schoolers here at the Gathering. And usually that looks like at Thrive or at core groups, but we live in a social distancing world, people. And so if you are brand new to the Gathering, to Gathering Students, we're super glad you're here. There are definitely going to be some hiccups, some mix-ups, some mess-ups. That's going to be okay. We're going to get better at this, just like we're all getting better at learning how to do life where you're here and you're here, you're here, you're here, and never within 6 feet. So I'm super glad you're here. And this is going to kind of be our new norm for a little bit. We're going to have Thrive here on YouTube, and then we're going to break off into core groups right after this. If you're not sure what a core group is, that's okay. We're going to explain it at the end of the day. But we're super glad you're here, and since this is going to be our new norm, I want to give you two suggestions. First, I would suggest that you click the subscribe button here on the channel. It's right down below, or here on, there we go, on our screen. We're always going to be here at 5 o'clock on Sunday nights. So come hop in. And then throughout the week, we aren't going to be here on YouTube, but we are going to be doing all kinds of stuff on Instagram. We're going to be playing weird games and trying just to break the boredom and the isolation of what is going on in our world. And so if you want to follow us on Instagram, right there, that's the spot. Go throw us a follow real quick. We'd love to get you being part of things. We just had a bracket since March Madness is canceled. We had a bracket for the best breakfast cereals, and spoiler alert, Lucky Charms won. So if you're not a Lucky Charms person, I'm sorry. I hate that for you. But every time we start Thrive and we are together, we do a couple of quick things. And the first of those things is that we tell the people to your right and to your left that, hi, my name is blank. I'm really glad you're here, and you sure do look pretty tonight. So, I mean, this is going to be really weird maybe, but wherever you are, wherever you're sitting, wherever you're walking, whatever you're watching on, whoever's around you, be that pets, parents, siblings, best friends, not within 6 feet, turn to them, especially if you have headphones in and they can't hear you. This is going to be hilarious. Just look at them and say, I'm so glad you're here, like on planet Earth, and you sure do look pretty today. Don't worry, I'll give you a second to do that. Pause. Are you doing it? Please tell me you're doing it. This is awesome. This is great. All right, so also, one of our hopes for Thrive is it's not just me talking by any means. This is going to be really interactive and hopefully a ton of fun. And so we have some ground rules for those core groups that we do, and those are going to be our ground rules for Thrive. I mean, we're all spending a lot of time together, and one of our big hopes is that this becomes an interactive thing, but just a place where you can be known, a place where you can connect. And so a couple of rules are going to govern our chat and are going to govern it's kind of the way that we are together. And the first one is this, that we're going to be real. We're going to be honest. If this is going to be a place where you can be known, then we're all going to covenant together to be real. But what comes with that is that we're going to respect one another. We're going to build one another up. We're not going to deal with comments in our chat that tear other people down. That's got no place here. That's not what we're about at Gathering Students. And truly, this is a place where we can be known by one another and known by God so that we can go live out faith in really awesome and incredible ways. And so I just wanted to set those ground rules. Again, this is going to be interactive, and so here's how we're going to start tonight in the chat. Hopefully, you've got the chat window up and running. I would love for everybody to share just one word on how you are feeling right now. We're about 2 weeks into this social distancing thing. We're figuring out how this works, but one word for how you are feeling right now in this moment. Dun, dun, dun. Friends, how are you feeling today? Okay. Well, we are going to get better at this chatting thing. I'm going to keep my eye on our chat window. So, as you are joining, if you want to share how you are doing in one word, by all means, please share that over there. But like I said, we want this to be interactive. We want this to be fun. And so if you've ever been to a Thrive in person, you know that we play games. That's part of what we do. And in this time of social distancing, we need that more than ever. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to play a game called Good and Great. Ruby Bond, I am so glad you are doing good and great. Technically, that's 3 words, but still, that's awesome. Like we said just a second ago, if tired, yeah, I'm tired too. I totes get it. So we're going to play a game real quick, and it's going to involve that chat. So if you weren't chatting earlier, that's okay, but this is going to be important here for a second. So if you've been to Thrive, you know that we love playing games with emojis. It's just kind of our thing. And so we thought for the first night of Live at Thrive, that is how we would do this. So we're going to play a game called Emoji Movies Animated Edition. And here's how this game works. We are going to pull our slot machine, and down on the screen are going to come a couple of emojis. They are going to kind of tell the story of an animated movie. In the chat, the first person who identifies that movie and types your name, just so we know who you are, you're going to win the round. So we're going to do a little practice round. We're going to see, just again, figure out how this works, get ourselves used to it. So let's see how this goes. Our first round, again, this is an animated movie. Are you ready? No, like, seriously. Okay, good. We are going to spin our wheel. Stop. Okay, those 4 emojis, I'm not going to talk about them because I don't want to, influence anybody in any way. But if you recognize what movie we were talking about, just type your name and the name of the movie. First person in the chat wins. Wow, it was really fast. Megan Parsons, job well done. Yes, indeed. This is, in fact, Zootopia. Caitlin, Leo, you guys were great. Just a little bit slow on the trigger. If you were just kind of getting here, just figuring out how this works, don't worry about it. We're going to do this again. So, go ahead. We're going to clear our slot machine off, and everybody at the ready. I need to make sure I have a different game picked. All right, here we go. Stop. Ooh. I noticed there's pizza, and I'm hungry. I haven't eaten dinner yet, so this was a particularly unfortunate one for me. Who do we have here? All of those are still the Zootopia responses. Where are my people at? Leo, you got it. It's not a you story, it's a toy story. But yes, Megan Parsons, again, coming through in the clutch. Sydney, good to see you. It's a Toy Story. Megan, job well done. All right, we're going to play one more round, and then we are going to move on. All right. Have yourselves ready. Also, Megan, maybe it's time for you to go get a snack so everyone else can play and we can keep this thing fair. All right. I'm sorry, Leo. I'm sorry. All right. Autocorrect is terrible. I totally get it. All right. And stop. All right. What do we got? What do we got, people? What do we got? Do. Oh, I'm just grateful that maybe Megan wasn't our first winner every round. Megan, you've been awesome. But Mia, Moana. Luckily, no one answered incorrectly, which is kind of funny. Like, it would be maybe more fun if somebody was like, yeah, that's Castaway, even though that's obviously not an animated movie, and that wouldn't make any sense at all. I don't know why that was what I thought that should be. But yeah, no. So every week here at Live at Thrive, we're gonna be playing some kind of game. Also, just to raise the stakes a little bit, next week, uh, whoever wins our game, we are going to, the second that Live at Thrive, our middle school Live at Thrive is done, we are going to order you a pizza, have it delivered to your house so that you get it during your core group on Zoom. So if you win next week, make sure you come back. Next week, if you win, you will have pizza delivered while core group is happening for you to eat. So just, we want to have as much fun as we can possibly have here at Live at Thrive. But like we said earlier, like one of the things that we think is so important here is having good conversations. And so instead of like me teaching and talking for a long time, my hope is that we are having a conversation, that we are sharing. And this is a weird time in the world, people. I mean, we're doing Thrive over YouTube. I never thought I would be doing this. And all of our schedules, all of our routines, all of our calendars are totally messed up. So here's my question for the chat real quick. What time, on average, would you say that you are waking up during this social distancing era? Are you pretty much on your normal routine, or are you sleeping in until 1 p.m.? So just, in the chat, I would love to see when people are waking up. Are you getting up earlier? Are you even setting an alarm? Are you sleeping in until, like, midnight 30? I don't know. That's noon 30. It's not important. I don't understand. 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10:30, okay. 8:30, 9:30, kind of, all right, kind of regular wake up times. I mean, not like school day early, but it's not, crazy late. I mean, part of what makes all of this time so hard and complicated is it's totally out of our control. I mean, it's not like we chose to change all of our routines. It's not like we chose to not get to go to school and see our friends, or not get to play volleyball or soccer or baseball. It's not like we don't get to do all the things that we want to do because we chose it. None of us asked for this. And so for just a second tonight, I wanted to take a look at a story from the Bible that I think has a lot to tell us about what is going on in the world. It's a story from the book of Jeremiah. And so kind of what's going on in that time is the people in Israel have been conquered by the people from Babylon. They've been taken hostage, and they've been like literally taken from Israel to Babylon. They're exiles, and all of their customs, all of their routines, all of their jobs have been totally uprooted, taken somewhere else. They've probably been separated from family. I mean, everything about what they were hoping for, desiring for, dreaming for, just stolen. Everything is gone. I mean, they'd had plans, they'd had hopes, they'd had expectations, and now they're in Babylon. And they weren't there for like 30 days. They were there for like decades. Everything they'd hoped for and planned for and dreamed for was just stolen. So real quick, before we go any further, I'd love for us just to share in the chat, what is something that you are really looking forward to that has been canceled, postponed, rescheduled, or just suspended? What's something that you were really looking forward to that now you're not going to get to do? A concert even, or a show, something that you wanted to see. What's something that you were excited about that's not going on now? Birthday parties. That's super real. I've never had a birthday party canceled due to like the world's illness. So I get that. Who else? Trip to Texas, trip to Greece. I've never even been to Greece, but I cooked a hamburger yesterday that had a lot of grease. That's kind of the same thing. 8th grade formal, softball, swim meets, just being with friends. Yeah, I totally get that. Yeah, it's hard. And again, like the thing that makes it even harder is that we didn't choose this. Just like the people in Israel didn't choose being in exile. And what's incredible is like if you read the Old Testament, they were upset with God. They got real. They hollered at people like, God, what's this about? Why can't we have like our friendships going on here? There was no like putting icing on it. It didn't get nice. They were really honest with God. And they wanted to know why God would possibly make them do this. And then in the middle of Jeremiah, there's in chapter 29, verse 11. If you have a Bible somewhere around, by the way, or you have the Bible app on your phone, this is something that you should like highlight or write down. I mean, because the honest truth is this is one of the very first pieces of scripture that I memorized. Yes, there are parts of the Bible that I have spent time memorizing, and this is one of those things that has become like an anchor to my life. It's this verse in the middle of the 29th chapter of Jeremiah 29:11. And it just says this, I know the plans I have in mind for you, declares the Lord. They are plans for peace, not disaster, to give you a future filled with hope. And this was God's promise to the people of Israel. That I know that it seems dark now. I know that you're not getting your way. You have no control. You're not getting to decide what you're doing. And I'm not going to fix this right now. But I want you to know where this is going. I have a plan for this. I am with you. I have hope for you, and you can put your hope in me. And I love this promise. It's at the very heart of what I believe about God. It's not that everything is going to be perfect all the time. Not everything is going to be in our control, but that God has a plan for what's going on. I love this passage of Jeremiah. And what's even more true is that no matter what's going on in your life, there is a God who is in it with you, saying, don't worry, but I'm with you. I've got this. I've got plans to prosper you, to bring you hope. And even around that, something else that gets said while the Israelites are in exile is that you should invest where you are. Invest in the place where you are living. Even though you're not home, even though this isn't your plan, you ought to make the best of this situation. Because don't just wait for that hope I gave you. Be part of the hope now. So while we're doing this social distancing thing, while there is sickness all around us, that does not mean that we just need to sit on our couches watching Netflix. I have watched a lot of Joe Exotic and Tiger King. I know everything there is to know about Joe Exotic now. I've spent hours on Google. This is not helpful. It's not a great situation. It's really easy for us, like in this time, to like just kind of blah our way through the day, and yet we're called to invest our time, to find some goals. What are the things that you want to work on while we're doing this stuff? If you're going to be stuck at home, away from people, how can you grow? I mean, I'm spending some time every day practicing my sign language. I'm learning to sign. I'm learning to spell ASL for American Sign Language. I'm cooking more often. I'm practicing my guitar. Find ways to invest. So again, to make this kind of interactive, in the chat feature, I would love to know what is a way that you're investing your time? What's a goal that you have for your time for the next couple weeks? What is something that you want to learn, something you want to practice, a way you want to grow, something you want to do for somebody else? I'd love to hear what your plans are for the next couple of weeks or months or however long this lasts. How are you growing right now? Flying a kite. I love the flying the kite. I love that. Just being with friends. Oh, no, that was from the last question. Playing my guitar for 30 minutes a day. Running and working out. Yeah, get swole. Come on now. Learning to garden. Mark Barnes, this is not your time. High school starts in 9 minutes, so we'll see you later. Practicing art, Megan, that is awesome. The moral of the story is like this is a place and a time where we have all the free time in the world, and without any kind of routine, it's easy just to kind of waste that time. But I think God is inviting us to invest that time. So over the next couple of weeks, we believe that faith is something we can practice on our own at home. We don't need to come to Thrive. Even if our routines look different, we want to help give everyone else the tools for growing faith. So here at the gathering, we believe in these things called the 5 practices. These things that are practices that when we do them, we are making room for the love of God to take root. We're making room for the love of God to filter into our lives. I am excited about learning over the next 5 weeks more about these 5 practices, how we can help God grow faith in us. And each week, we're also going to go live out this faith that we have. We don't believe that faith is something that we just do. We believe that faith is something that we live out every week. And so while we're doing Live at Thrive every week, we're going to have these things called the Live It Out challenges. And we asked on Instagram on, what day was that? On Friday, what are ways that we could live out doing faith? And these were some of your suggestions. So here's our request, that everybody at some point this week take on 1 or 2 of these challenges. Go buy groceries for a neighbor who maybe is older and needs some help getting groceries because going to the grocery store isn't a totally smart thing for them. Go into your neighbor's house and saying, hey, what do you need? And can I go get it for you so you can stay home with your kids? Or maybe you can go to the grocery store, get some brownie batter, get some cake mix, learn a new recipe, bake something, and deliver it on their front porch. Again, keep 6 feet. Keep your distance. But go bake something and deliver it to someone who just needs a smile. So again, sometime this week, we're going to put this on Instagram so you can remember what these challenges were. But go live out this thing that we call faith. Go find a way to live it in your neighborhood. Let's not just talk about faith on Sunday nights. Let's go live it. So here's the deal. We're going to be here for a while. And again, subscribe to our page. This is where we'll be every Sunday night at 5 o'clock. Follow us on Instagram. That's where we'll be for the rest of the week, doing all kinds of fun, zany stuff. There'll be games and stories involving TikTok and charades and scavenger hunts. We plan to have a lot of fun with this. We're going to take this time and we're going to invest it too. We want to grow. We want that to be part of all of our stories. So again, here's the last thing. The last thing is we believe in core groups here at the gathering. And a lot of you have probably been in a core group for a long time. Core groups are the heart of what we do. It's where we believe we connect with one another and with God so that we can connect our lives and our faith and live the story that God is calling us to live. So down below, there are links to a core group for every grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. And those are Zoom meetings. We're doing video core groups because, again, social distancing. We tried it last week and it was fun. It was, we had to learn some things. But hop in there and your core group leaders are waiting. If you've never been to a core group, or it's been a long time since you've been in a core group and you're kind of wondering if this is a thing for you, jump in. Give it a try. You don't have to go to anybody's house. You don't have to wander into an uncomfortable place. Just hit that link and hop in. Give it a try because we believe that when you are around people that you know, people who care for you, people who are watching out for you, when you find a tribe, that is when God can do incredible things. So until next week, we are so excited to see what this season has for us. I love you guys. I can't wait to see you again in person soon. But until then, jump into those core groups and we'll see you next week. Bye, guys.